What would you do if you wake up tomorrow and your calendar was completely blank? No meetings, no deadlines, and best of all, none of that Sunday night dread that makes your stomach turn. Most people wait until they're 65 to feel that peace. We decided we couldn't wait that long. But living this dream means making intentional choices, especially when it comes to the hidden cost of paradise. Today, we're packing for a Mystery Island adventure, but first, we need to talk about the two things that can break your budget or your peace of mind: healthcare and the BGC convenience tax. We haven't actually used St. Luke Medical Hospital quite yet. We just haven't gotten
Hopefully never.
sick. Yeah. We haven't gotten sick. We haven't really had the need to. Most of the time, the kids, it's just a common cold. If you're an expat and you don't have local insurance coverage yet, you're likely to pay cash for now. So we found several independent facilities that you could do your lab work. Let me show you guys the breakdown that we found from this place. The name of the facility is called, what is it? NextHealth Diagnostics. For basic laboratory tests that you would do, like your annual exams, for example, you would have a CBC, so your complete blood count, fasting blood sugar, BUN, creatinine, your uric acid lipid profile, AST, ALT. So that's like your very basic lab work that you would do annually. That is 2,999 pesos, which is about $50. Now, let's say you have diabetes or you're pre-diabetic, you would need your A1C level tested. So for package 3, I believe they have hemoglobin A1C listed on top of the first series of tests. This one, you would have to pay 3,999 pesos. So that's about $68 you would pay for that lab test. So you guys tell us, is that something that you normally pay in the US to get these labs done? We think that that's pretty affordable, right?
Yeah, I think it's affordable. And we actually found them because, as you guys know, we walk everywhere.
Yeah.
And it was right next to our favorite bento place.
Oh, yeah.
That's how we found them.
And it's listed out there in the front of the building, which was really nice that they post their prices there. So it's actually very accessible to get labs done here in the Philippines, where in the US, you would need a doctor's order. So you would have to get a doctor's appointment, see the physician in order to get an order to go get lab work done, right? Here in the Philippines, that's not the case. You could just walk in,
show up,
pick whichever lab work you need, and then get it done very easily. So that's one of the perks. But finding a long-term health plan solution is a little bit more work in terms of trying to figure out which is the best option. The reason we say that is because we did reach out to St. Luke. We wanted to get a list of the health insurance plans that they accept, and I never heard anything. No response, no email. From the research that I've done, there's really two ways that they process their health claims, health insurance claims. One is that you walk in, have a health insurance plan, but they don't accept it, or they don't have a contract with that health insurance. And so what happens is you walk in, you have to pay cash. And then what you will do is they will give you like a piece of paper that has all of the fees associated with your visit, and then you would have to get reimbursement from your insurance plan yourself, which seems to be very time consuming. And I don't know if the average person can even do that.
Yeah,
that seems like a hassle. So then the other option is if you walk in there and you have a health insurance plan that they do have a contract with, that they do accept, then they would bill the health insurance accordingly, the way that it would work normally in the US. So that's the main thing, is trying to figure out which health insurance coverage they have a contract with and that they accept. So we have 3 insurances that we've done our research on. We have Pacific Cross, and we have Blue Cross Blue Shield. They're international health insurance plans. So it's nice if we go to any other Southeast Asian countries, then we would get coverage if something were to happen. So we want kind of that sort of flexibility.
If some of you guys are lost, I'm lost too, because Elma's background, she was actually an RN. So
Yeah.
she worked at a practice for 12, 13 years, 14
Mhm.
years.
Yeah.
So all these language about medical stuff, she understands fully.
Yeah, so definitely we'll do a more in-depth video on health insurance plans, health insurance coverage, how it works here in the Philippines. So that way you're not spending a ton of money on health insurance that you don't need. In the US, we had full coverage, right? And the reason why you get full coverage in the US is simply because healthcare in the US is just not affordable. In the Philippines, that's not the case. You don't need full coverage insurance in the Philippines. And the reason why is because most services are quite affordable. If you look at that lab, just a simple wellness exam, lab work is very affordable
like
in the
60
Philippines.
bucks, right?
Yeah, that's not going to be like a huge dent in your budget. So for us, we're not interested in full coverage if we're just talking about health insurance in the Philippines. So what we're looking at is inpatient care because that's where it can cost the most. If you go to the hospital for any emergency services where it requires you to have surgery, long-term stay, inpatient stay, these are the things that can add up quickly, especially at St. Luke's. And one of the insurances that we looked into is MaxCare health insurance. We're still doing our research on it, but definitely once we have it all figured out, we will make a video. We'll talk about all the options available, the costs associated with all of them, and what are the benefits of using each one versus paying cash.
Yeah. And so one example is one of our friends that visited us that's actually moving here.
Oh, yeah.
He sprained his ankle pretty bad. And he went to St. Luke's in the middle of the night, I think like 2 a.m. And they had to do an x-ray. They gave him some drugs, and then they sent him away.
Yeah.
I think it was like $35, $40.
I think it was under, including the x-ray and then the medications, the visit at the hospital, it was under $100, I believe.
Yeah.
But if he's watching, leave a comment.
You know who you are.
Yeah, I want to say it was under 100. But even if it was 35 for an x-ray, a hospital visit,
at St. Luke's,
and medications, it's definitely affordable. That's what we're starting to realize. We haven't had the kids checked by a primary care doctor or a pediatrician yet.
That's on our one of our
do a video
30
on
things on our to-do list
Yes.
is to get them checked out to make sure.
The reason why we haven't is because before we left the US, we did everything. Before we canceled our health insurance, we did everything. We did all of our checkups. Everybody got a checkup. The kids got their up-to-date vaccines. So they're up to date on vaccines until they turn 5. So there's really nothing for us that's required for us to see a physician unless it's just their annual screening. And we haven't even been here a year. So they're not even due for an annual screening anyway. Whoa. Seeing the kids this excited for a new experience, this is what it's all about. Giving them a world where adventure is part of the weekly schedule. But let's get real for a second. We live in BGC, Bonifacio Global City, and there is a hidden trap here. We call it the BGC convenience tax. It's so easy to walk out your door and spend 5,000 pesos without even trying. Coffee here, a quick lunch there, a convenient dinner because you don't feel like cooking. If you aren't intentional, the cost of living here can spiral. People ask if BGC is sustainable. The answer is yes, but only if you manage the convenience tax. The obstacle isn't the price of the groceries. It's the temptation of the convenience. Oh, yeah, right there. Oh, wow, super duper strong. We've had to learn to say no to the easy BGC lifestyle so we can say yes to the adventures, like the one we're leaving for right now. It literally takes all day to pack. Let's talk about the BGC convenience tax. We get asked so many times about how affordable is it to eat out in BGC? Is it sustainable? That the cost tends to add up. You guys are just curious about overall how much it costs to eat out. So let's talk about the silent budget killer in BGC.
So we're actually posting a lot more on our Instagram about all the food prices. Every time, or most of the time we eat out, we try to post the pictures and the prices. It is super affordable to eat out here. It's also super affordable to get it delivered, like Grab.
Yeah.
Unlike the US, when you do Uber Eats, they probably upcharge. Here, I mean, I hate to say it, but we actually eat out a lot more now because we realize that the grocery prices seems more expensive, but the ordering in or picking up the food itself, super affordable.
Yeah, especially what we get, because
Yeah.
we tend to buy imported goods and products and brands that we're used to. Yeah, it does seem more affordable.
And we're eating good food. We're not
Yeah.
eating like fast food per se. So we ordered a palabok style family. This is a 10-piece chicken and some skewers. Sisig bangos. So all this, and this is huge. It's like a medium-sized pizza box there. 14.26 pesos. Yes, the food is very, very affordable. The one thing that could, and desserts too. There's so many desserts here.
Boba, specialty drinks, coffee.
Yeah. But the thing that people don't talk about is, since the food prices is affordable, what could happen is you can get really mataba, which is fat. It's super cheap. It's super affordable.
Yeah.
So you tend to just like want to eat more because
just keep eating.
Yeah, because you're comparing the prices from the U.S. to here, and when you do that, I mean, it's not even comparable. So you may get 2 meals instead of 1 because it's so cheap, or you may get 2 pastries instead of 1 pastry. So
yeah, and I could definitely see why people ask if it's sustainable. What happens is, because the food is so affordable, drinks and specialty drinks, coffee, all of that is so affordable that you have a tendency to all of a sudden, rather than making coffee at home, you just go ahead and buy coffee out. For us, like on the way to the kids' school or after we drop them off from school, we get coffee. Yeah. And what started out as drinking coffee outside once or twice a week, now it turned into 3 times a week. Yeah. It can become out of control. And if you don't pay attention to it, or you don't pay attention to your budget, I could definitely see that it can become not sustainable if you continue to spend the way that you do. You have to keep in mind that, you know, there's this mentality that you're on vacation mode, right? Where you're spending, having fun, eating out, doing all the things. But then you also have the other component where this isn't a vacation. This is our life now. Yeah. This is where we live now. This is what we do now. So we have to change that mindset to, this is our life. This is our lifestyle now. We can't spend as if we're on vacation. Yeah. And back home in the US, we don't buy coffee out. Yeah, we rarely do. It's a treat.
Yeah, the only time we get coffee out in public in the U.S. is when someone buys it for us.
Right.
But we actually don't buy out. We don't spend any money on coffee outside, so which is a big change here. You know, granted, we make coffee here still inside the house, but we obviously get more out there now. But we self-reflect a lot.
Sometimes we'll order coffee in the morning after we drop off the kids, and then on the way home after we pick them up, we get like boba,
like a slushie or something.
Yeah, because it's so affordable. While it's affordable, long term, it's not sustainable.
Sorry, so we just got a call. So that's one of the benefits of living in a condo, is because we just got a call. We got a food
from the front.
We actually we got a food delivery.
Yeah.
Granted, it's not for us. It's actually for our staff downstairs. So we get them food and meals every couple weeks.
Like treats, just different things to say we're thankful for their services.
Yeah. So that's the call right now that you're hearing.
Oh, go get it. Let me pause it. So ultimately, you have to be incredibly disciplined living here in BGC, or really just in the Philippines, because these small little treats can add up and it can blow your budget faster than your rent will.
It can blow your budget or blow your belt.
You definitely have to be incredibly intentional with your spending habits here, or else the convenience tax will definitely catch up to you.
If you guys have any other video topics you guys want us to cover, whatever may that be, let us know and we'll do our best to cover those certain topics for you guys.
We spent years tossing and turning at 2 o'clock in the morning, worrying about work the next day. We realized that wealth isn't the number in your bank account. It's the ability to own your time. It's about creating a life where you don't need a vacation to escape your reality. But standing here now, ready to take our kids to an island they've never seen, every sacrifice was worth it. We're off to the airport. The mystery destination awaits. With that said, thanks for watching and subscribe to follow our journey.